Well, imagine the ocean as a big soup pot. When water travels through the land, it picks up all sorts of yummy ingredients like salt and other minerals. Then, when it reaches the ocean, it's like adding those ingredients to the soup pot. As the water evaporates, it's like the chef turning up the heat and leaving behind all the salty stuff. So, when you take a sip of seawater, you're basically tasting the ocean's special recipe, salty soup. And just like how too much salt can make soup taste funny, too much salt in the ocean can make it taste super salty. Ever noticed you can sneeze with your eyes open? It's not that your eyelids are afraid of flying germs, but it's more like your body's natural splash guard. When you sneeze, your body's slinging stuff out at about 100 miles an hour. If your eyes stayed open, who knows what they'd have to witness. So, they snap shut, not because they might pop out, as the old wives' tale says, but to keep those peepers clean and in place. It's like closing the lid on a blender while it's still running. Drinking coffee is like sending your intestines a wake-up call, loud and clear. The caffeine zips into your system and stimulates muscle contractions in your digestive tract, like a morning drill sergeant for your colon. It's almost as if your stomach hits the eject button every time you sip that morning brew. Why does this happen? Well, caffeine is a natural stimulant that tells your body it's go time, turning your morning cup into a sort of internal traffic cop shouting, "Move along." Ever catch a yawn from someone else? Yawning when others yawn is like a subconscious copycat game. Scientists think it might be a built-in social bonding mechanism, a way of keeping the group alert or showing empathy. So, when you yawn after someone else, it's like saying, "I feel you, buddy." Forgetting is your brain's way of keeping the clutter out. Just like you'd clean up your room, your brain tidies up your memories, keeping the important stuff and tossing the trivial bits. It's kind of like your mind running its own software cleanup to keep things running smoothly without freezing up on old, useless info. So, when you forget where you put your keys, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Feet smell because they work hard in those sweaty shoes all day, turning them into mini saunas. Inside, bacteria are partying, breaking down sweat and leaving behind their funky waste, which we call foot odor. It's like a bacteria rave down there, and the smell? That's just the after-party mess. Laughing is your body's way of saying this is awesome without words. It's a social glue that bonds people through shared moments. When we laugh, we release endorphins, our body's feel-good chemicals, essentially drugging ourselves into feeling happier. So, why do we laugh at jokes? It's our brain's way of rewarding us for catching on to something clever, a sort of aha moment that feels so good, it's contagious. It's like your brain high-fiving you for getting the joke. Chopping onions releases a chemical warfare right onto our eyeballs. When you slice through an onion, it releases a chemical that turns into a tiny, irritating gas cloud. Once it hits your eyes, your body's defense mechanism kicks in, and you start tearing up to wash away the invader. It's like the onion's last stand: if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. Goosebumps are your body's way of turning into a temporary porcupine. Back in the day, our hairy ancestors used this trick to look bigger in front of predators or to warm up by puffing up their fur coat. Now, when we're cold or scared, our bodies still hit the fluff up button, but without the impressive hairdo. It just makes us look like we've got a case of the skin tingles. It's our body's ancient alarm system, now mostly used for reacting to horror movies and cold breezes. After a long soak, your fingers start resembling raisins, right? That's not just a quirky bath time bonus, it's evolution at its finest. Wrinkled fingers give you better grip in wet conditions. Think of it as nature's version of rain treads on tires. So next time your fingers go pruny, remember, it's just your body suiting up for some serious slip and slide action.